Here's something strange. The one thing people are guaranteed to face is also the one thing they avoid talking about the most: death, illness, financial loss. And because we avoid talking about it, we avoid preparing for it. Welcome back. In the last episode, we talked about income, how fragile it really is, and what happens when it disappears. Today, we're going deeper. We're talking about something that every financial advisor eventually realizes. It's not that people don't need insurance, it's that they don't feel the need for it yet. Before we continue, just a quick reminder. This podcast highlights key insights from your AXA training. It is not a replacement for your modules, slides, or exam preparation. If you want to truly understand the concepts and pass your licensing exam, you need to study the material in full. Think of this as your lens, not your entire map. Let's start with the real challenge. Insurance is invisible. You can't touch it, you can't taste it, you can't immediately experience it. Imagine you're selling umbrellas. On a rainy day, easy, people come to you. But on a bright, sunny day, no one's thinking about rain. That's what selling insurance feels like. You're offering protection when nothing seems wrong. And here's the deeper challenge. People don't just avoid buying insurance. They avoid thinking about why they need it. Because thinking about it means confronting uncomfortable truths. So how do you deal with that? You don't start with persuasion. You start with belief. Because here's a simple truth. You can't effectively offer something that you don't fully believe in yourself. Imagine talking to a client and they ask you, "Do I really need this?" And deep inside, you're unsure. That hesitation, they'll feel it immediately. But if you truly understand what insurance does, if you've internalized the idea of income protection, if you've seen the risk clearly, then you don't sound like a salesperson. You sound like someone who understands reality. And your role shifts from selling to explaining, from convincing to helping people see. Let me tell you a story. A long time ago, merchants in China transported goods along the Yangtze River. Now this is dangerous. Boats could sink. Cargo could be lost. And if one merchant lost everything, they were financially ruined. So they came up with an idea. Instead of each merchant putting all their goods in one boat, they spread their goods across multiple boats. So if one boat sank, no one lost everything. Everyone lost just a little. That idea is the foundation of insurance. We share risk. We all contribute a small amount so that no one suffers a devastating loss alone. And when you explain insurance this way, it stops being complicated. It becomes human. Now let's simplify something that often sounds technical: risk. There are two types. One, speculative risk. This is optional. Business, investing, gambling. You might gain, you might lose. Two, pure risk. This is unavoidable. You will age. You may get sick, and you will eventually pass away. There is no if, only when and how. And this is where insurance lives. Not in the world of maybe, but in the world of eventually. So, if insurance is so logical, why do people still say no? Because people don't make decisions based on logic alone. They decide based on emotion, timing, perception, and sometimes avoidance. Some people think, I'm still young. Others think, I'll deal with that later. And some simply say, I don't want to think about that. Your role is not to argue with these reactions. Your role is to understand them and guide people through them. At this point, something important should be made clear. You are not just presenting a product. You are educating. You are helping someone see risks they've ignored, understand consequences they haven't calculated, and prepare for realities they haven't faced. And sometimes that starts with a simple question. What would happen to your family if your income stopped tomorrow? Not aggressive, not manipulative, just real. At the end of the day, people don't reject insurance because it's useless. They reject it because it's uncomfortable. And your role is not to remove the discomfort. It is to help them understand why it matters anyway. Because once people truly see the risks, they begin to see the value. And once they see the value, they don't need to be convinced. They need to be guided. Before we wrap up, one more important reminder. This episode only highlights key concepts from your training. To fully understand topics like risk sharing, types of risks, and client psychology, you must go through your complete AXA modules, review your slides, and take mock exams. That's how you build real confidence and not just familiarity. In the next episode, we'll go behind the scenes. We'll break down how insurance actually works, from premiums to probability to the different types of plans you'll be offering. Until then, remember, people don't buy insurance because you're persuasive. They buy it because at some point, you help them see the truth clearly.